Hello everyone. Now we are going to discuss how to implement a stack in Python and very particularly a stack where top is set at the start. We have already another video where top is set at the end. So let us assume the stack and the stack uses the LIFO principle. And now we'll assume this to be the start of the stack and this will be the end of the stack. Now we mean to say that the top is set at the start of the stack and depends on the size of the stack, the top automatically moves. So we consider that now the top pointer is at the start of a stack. For this, how to write a Python program and how to load the values onto the stack and how the values are moved in the inside the stack and what value we can take it from the stack, what value we can insert onto the stack, how do we do it as well. So we define the stack in the form of a class. So here we given a class name called a stack. So this is a user identifier for a class. So this stack is basically a class name. Then for every class, we define a constructor. So here we define a default constructor. So the default constructor is going to have one argument or attribute called a tag list. So this tag here, once again, we use the same name. It represents a list in Python. So basically, how do we represent a stack is by using the list in Python. So list is a very basic data structure in Python. So using this, we are going to develop a stack. So whenever an object of class stack is created, it is going to have one empty list. That is what this default argument will do, or default constructor will do. Okay. Next, to implement the stack operations, what we have is called a is underscore empty. Is underscore empty will ensure it will check the stack is empty or not. This we implemented with the help of a Boolean function where we use a relational operator and to check for the emptiness of the list. If the list is empty, it will return true or it will return false over there. And also we have another method called the push. The push, what it does, it push the values onto the stack, but very importantly to the top, okay, or to the position where top is pointing, isn't it? Now in the stack, if you look into it, the starting index will be 0 and ending index will be n. And now if you want to insert a value onto the stack in the context of top at start, now where that value has to be inserted, it should be inserted at the position 0 or index 0. So for this, we make use of one function of a list called insert. So using this, we can tell what position we want to insert a value and what item that we can insert into it, right? So we have a self argument over here. The self argument ensures that the push is going to be used along with an object. Without an object, the push cannot be called. That's what it means to say that. So item to be inserted is going to be passed here into the push function over here. Yes. Next, what we have a pop function. What the pop function will do, it will remove the value from the top position. So now what the top position here, it is a 0. So again by using the function of a list called a pop and specifying from where we want to pop, that is the top value, that is 0. then the value will be popped and that will be returned to the calling program. Okay. Next one is peek. What the peek does not remove the value, rather it will check or it will return what value is there at the top position. So at the top position is 0. So by accessing the list of 0 location, we get the value of what is there in the top position that can be returned. Then similarly what we have is called a size by using the again the list method called a length of the list. So the list is called a stack here, and this length will be returned to the calling program, which will eventually tell us what will be the size of the stack or what is the size of the stack. Then also we have another method called a show. Now the show, what it does, it will just take the object and of that object, what is the size of the list. So inside the object we have a list. What the size of it will be printed over here. So every methods what we have used one compulsory argument called as self. That means that the object cannot be invoked. Sorry, the function cannot be invoked without an object. So if you want to you make use of the function, there must be an object. Then we have a driver program. The driver program, it is used to test the class. And now for the tag class, we create an object called yes. Now an object is created called yes out of a stack class, and that is now having a default constructor. So with the help of the default constructor, we have an empty list. What is the name of this empty list? This name of the empty list, again, it's nothing but a stack only. Okay. Then what do? We check whether the stack is empty or not. How do we check whether stack is empty? There is a function we have defined here, is underscore empty. That will tell us whether it is true or false. Now at this state initially, this is going to be true because there is no content for the list. Then what we do? We push the values onto the stack, isn't it? In what order we are pushing? CD1, CD2 and CD3. So how it will go after the CD3 insertion? Now CD3 will be here and CD1 will be here and CD2 will be here. The last value CD3 will be there at the top. This is going to be the top position. Now when you look at the values, want to see the values, what are the contents of the stack, we use the show function that will return the value in this format. Then we peek will just peek the value. No, what is the value onto the top position? That is CD3 as a string. It is there. Then we have a pop. That pop will bring out the value at the 0. So CD3 will be removed from the stack. Then if you look at the size of the remaining size stack, it's going to be only 2 elements. So the length is going to be 2. Then again, if you print the value, we will be seeing only CD2 and the CD1 will be there. And when you pop it again, now this will be the top. So from the top, the CD2 will be removed. And if you look at the content, there will be only one value remain in the stack over here. So this is the output for the program where the true is returned for empty list, tag content, then the peaking value, then the popped value. After popping the value, we got check the size, that's 2. Then the content after popping, the CD3 is removed, now 2 only, 2 and 1 is there. Then again we are popping out, CD2 is removed, then only CD1 is there. So this is the easiest method to implement a stack using Python. Thank you for watching.